something that people don't realize is the disabled advocates of yesteryear in the 70s and the 80s were true pioneers because today we have low floor buses at our course. We have buildings that are, public buildings at least, that are designed with quite easy access. We have movie theaters that handle wheelchairs or scooters. We have a lot of things. We have home care. Well, the first home care in the province was created by people that had polio. But the first group that got home care en masse were seniors. So what you get are a seniors population that has benefited significantly from the disabled pioneer. And governments have benefited in a way that they didn't know they were going to benefit. Alberta's been very good about creating programmatic opportunities. But if that work hadn't been done by disabled pioneers and advocates, as the gray wave gets older, the boomers, and they wouldn't have been able to get on the bus, or they wouldn't have been able to get in the theaters, or they wouldn't be able to get in buildings, or they wouldn't have home care. What would they be advocating for? But who votes? But they don't have to do that because they've already got all these things. So now they can advocate for dental care and health benefits and things that would be seeming inconsequential if you couldn't get out of bed. So, but the advocacy needs change depending on what's been accomplished and hasn't been accomplished. And one of the things I think the families and advocates today is that some of the programmatic implementations over the years may begin to erode because of economic issues of the day. That as the institutional memories or the memories of those die off, then the cycle could continue. So there's a diligence that needs to continually occur. And what happened, one of the things that's really been interesting to observe for me is back when I was growing up young, we didn't have the access to buildings, to jobs, to employment, to education, the transports, to movies, to whatever. So we fought for them, got them. And so now, a person comes in with a disabling condition at a young age, they can just go through the system and eventually wind up in a marital relationship without any connection to the history that went before them. But the next generation can find themselves without those same benefits because there'd be some erosion because of dollar needs, economic costs, decisions. And then the cycle will start over. And advocacy takes a lot of time and energy. Because if you're a family with a disabled child now, that need's not met, you've got to fight for it on top of dealing with your new traumatic situation. So we have to continue to look for the perils. But because we've got some really quality individuals that can bypass the whole advocacy need because they can just live their life, we lose the capability of people who would be trained advocates. And so if things back up too far, the cycle will continue or will repeat itself. So I think there's a lot of dangers.